Imagine the night sky. You look at billions of stars and ask the oldest question of humanity. Are we alone in the universe or not? The answer to this question determines not only our curiosity, but also our understanding of the future of civilization, our chances of survival, and what it even means to be human. Today we will examine one of the darkest yet most logical scenarios. We are not alone in the universe, and that is precisely why we see almost no one. Fermi paradox and the great filter. Let's start from the baseline, the Fermi paradox. If the universe is enormous, ancient, and full of stars similar to our sun, and many of them have planets, then why is space so silent? Where is everyone? The ancient empires? Galactic federations? At least some traces of their activity. From here comes the idea of the great filter. This is not a literal wall in space, but a set of almost insurmountable barriers on the path of a civilization's development, from the first living cell to a society capable of colonizing a galaxy. Most civilizations die somewhere along this path. Either they fail to grow to a stellar level, or they destroy themselves before even reaching the nearest star. When we say we are not alone, within this scenario it is assumed that life as such arises often. Earth-like planets are not unique rarities, but a statistical inevitability in such an enormous universe. But almost all branches of this life get cut off. Yeah, principle of mediocrity. Earth is not the center. The "we are not alone" scenario is built on the principle of mediocrity. It states that neither Earth nor the solar system possesses anything mystically unique. We are an ordinary star in an ordinary galaxy, rotating among billions of other stars. The elements that make up life, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, are among the most common elements in the universe. Astronomers have already discovered thousands of exoplanets, many of which are located in the habitable zone, where liquid water can exist on the surface. Statistically, such worlds should be not just many, but insanely many. Billions in our galaxy alone. If Earth-like conditions are relatively typical, then the emergence of life should not be a miracle that happened once. Rather, it is a routine chemical process that starts wherever suitable temperatures, water, and energy are maintained for many millions of years. Consequently, out there must be bacteria, complex organisms, and intelligence. But then the question becomes even more painful. Why does the universe look empty? Why do radio telescopes register only natural noise and not powerful signals from alien civilizations? The silence of space. 3 explanations. Within the "we are not alone" scenario, there are 3 major explanations for the silence of space. Civilizations exist, but they are too far away and too few for us to ever intersect. The technological gap between us and them is so great that we simply do not know how to recognize their traces. There exists a universal filter that destroys civilizations before they become noticeable on a galactic scale. The last version leads directly to the dark forest hypothesis. Dark forest theory, a universe where it is safer to stay quiet. The dark forest is a metaphor proposed to describe the possible behavior of intelligent civilizations. Imagine an endless night forest. Every intelligent being is a hunter with a flashlight and a weapon. No one knows whether the one in front of them is a friendly neighbor or a deadly enemy. In such an environment, any sign of yourself, The campfire, shouting, music turns you into a target. Not because everyone is evil, but because any neighbor can be dangerous and resources are scarce, so no one can afford to take the risk. The safest strategy is to sit still, camouflage yourself, and destroy anyone who declares themselves too loudly. Now apply this logic to space. Each civilization does not know who is out there, hundreds or thousands of light years away. It does not know their values, goals, or technologies, but it knows two things for certain. Any sufficiently advanced civilization is capable of annihilating you. It may decide to do this preemptively, even before making contact. Hence the rational strategy: do not shine, and if possible, eliminate those who do. This is how a galactic dark forest forms, where there is plenty of life, but everyone is deliberately hiding. Humanity as a screaming child. Against this background, humanity's behavior looks a bit naive. For decades, we have been sending radio signals into space, broadcasting music, images, and Earth's coordinates. We launch probes like the Voyagers with golden records carefully labeled, "Here is the solar system. Here we are. Here is our address." From the dark forest perspective, humanity behaves like a child in an unknown forest who screams and waves a flashlight with all their might, having no idea who is hiding in the dark. In this scenario, SETI, the search for signals from extraterrestrial civilizations, and especially METI, sending deliberate messages into the universe, look like a risky experiment. Some scientists seriously propose banning active shouting into space until we better understand the potential consequences. But the process is already underway. Radio waves from our TV broadcasts, radars, and communications have long been spreading away from Earth as an expanding bubble moving at the speed of light. If anyone is within hundreds of light years and listening carefully, they already know a technological civilization has appeared here. The vast zoo state or cosmic quarantine. There is another variant within the "we are not alone" scenario, the cosmic zoo hypothesis. According to it, advanced civilizations deliberately do not contact us because they observe humanity as an experiment. We are like wild animals in a nature reserve or a pre-industrial tribe that no one is in a hurry to reach out to in order not to disrupt its natural development. Our technological level is still too low to represent serious interest or a threat. Therefore, we may be kept in a kind of quarantine. No interference, no answers to signals, no open approach. Contact will become possible only when we either reach a certain level of development or begin to pose a danger to others. In this logic, cosmic silence is not an absence of life, but deliberate ignoring. We knock on a door behind which someone is there, but they do not consider it necessary to answer. Technological gap. We do not recognize their traces. Next idea, a technological abyss. The gap between our level and that of potentially ancient civilizations may be so enormous that all their manifestations simply lie outside the range of our instruments. For example, ants living next to a highway feel vibrations, noise, movement, but in no way connect this with the concept of human civilization. For them, it is just an incomprehensible background. Likewise, we may be looking at some cosmic phenomena and treating them as natural, while they may be side effects of super advanced civilizations at work. There may be forms of communication and transportation based not on electromagnetic waves, but on principles we have not even discovered. We are listening to radio, while the galaxy is communicating in a completely different language. Our sense of emptiness, then, is merely a consequence of our own technological blindness. Great filter. In the future. Why this scenario is scary. The most alarming part of the "we are not alone" scenario is about where exactly the great filter is located. If life arises easily and constantly, and intelligent species do often grow to the level of a global civilization, then why are there no ancient galactic empires? The answer: because the filter lies ahead. There is some universal barrier that destroys almost all civilizations after they learn to use complex technologies, but before they venture into deep space. There are many candidates for such a filter. Uncontrolled use of nuclear weapons. Creation of a super powerful artificial intelligence that slips out of control. Biotechnology and artificially created pandemics. Gray goo. A nanotechnology scenario where self-replicating machines consume the entire biosphere of a planet. Climate collapse and resource depletion leading to a global crash and rollback of civilization from which it can no longer recover. Notice that nearly all these threats are created by humanity's own hands. The filter becomes not an external cosmic catastrophe, but a consequence of the internal development of technologies and social systems. Shaki. Discovery of alien life as bad news. Within this scenario, the discovery of even the simplest alien life, bacteria on Mars, microbes under the ice of Europa, or Enceladus, would not be a reason for calm, but a worrying signal. If life easily arises in different places of the solar system, then it really is everywhere. Therefore, the astronomical phase of the Great Filter, the moment of life's emergence, is not a rare miracle. The filter shifts closer to us, to the stage of complex organisms, intelligence, and technologies. This would mean that almost all civilizations similar to ours die very often, failing to live even several thousand years. The more living worlds we find, the more reason to think that the real deadly threshold of development still lies ahead. We are in the middle of the path. Where is humanity on this scale? We have already leaped over several colossal barriers, from abiogenesis to the complex cell, from multicellular organisms to intelligence, from foraging to a global technological civilization, but we are still very young. Our first radio signals have been traveling through space for just over 100 years, an infinitesimally short time by galactic standards. We have not colonized even our own system. We argue about basic energy and politics, and we hold in our hands technologies capable of destroying us in dozens of different ways. If the Great Filter really lies ahead, then we are in that very danger zone where civilizations either find a path to maturity or disappear. On a galactic scale, this is not even a tragedy, but statistical noise. But for us, it is the only possible story. What these ideas mean for humanity. The "we are not alone in the universe" scenario sounds frightening, but it also offers important conclusions. We cannot treat our own technologies as a game. Every new breakthrough, from artificial intelligence to genetic engineering, must be accompanied by a carefully thought-out system of constraints and ethics. The silence of space can be taken as a warning. If other civilizations have disappeared, we must understand at which stages of development they could have died, and do everything possible not to repeat their path. Intelligence is not a guarantee of survival, but a tool that either saves or accelerates extinction. If the Great Filter is the result of self-destruction, then it is intelligence that turns a planet into a minefield. Refusing to shout into space may be not cowardice, but strategic caution. Until we understand who and what can hear us, it makes sense to minimize active signals and focus on survival here at home. Emotional outcome. Hope in a dark scenario. Despite all the gloom of the dark forest, there is a paradoxical hope in it. If the universe really is full of hidden civilizations, then intelligence is not an anomaly, but a natural stage in the development of matter. We are part of a vast, albeit fragmented network of minds scattered across the galaxy. Yes, there is a chasm of time, distance, and fear between us. But the very fact that intelligent beings can arise again and again means that the universe has the capacity for self-awareness. And humanity is one of the ways in which the universe looks at itself, asks questions, and seeks answers. On how we pass the coming centuries depends whether we become just another quietly extinguished point in the dark forest, or manage to make this forest at least a slightly brighter place. Maybe someday, having overcome our fears and dangers, we ourselves will become that civilization that speaks to others carefully and responsibly. Until then, the night sky will remain a mystery. We will look at it and understand. Silence does not necessarily mean emptiness. Sometimes the one who knows the price of every spoken word too well is the one who keeps quiet.